All right, everyone. The other day, Gab made a little bit of an announcement. There's now a browser extension that I guess works with most of the mainline browsers, Firefox, Chrome, and so forth. I think there's one for Opera that actually de-mainstreams YouTube. Now, here's the thing. Over the last few years, YouTube has increasingly pushed YouTubers to the side in favor of TV content. This is an attempt to directly block results from those pages so that the only results you're seeing are from people that aren't mainstream. Essentially, this is an attempt to invert the algorithm that YouTube now uses where something like 70 or 80% of the content in the related videos and in search tends to be from a few thousand priority creators. We're talking not just the legacy media. That's a big one. Legacy entertainment, like A&E and Hallmark sort of bullshit. AstroTurfed creators. This is a problem not yet addressed by this browser. That'll be something I'm sure in the future they'll talk about. People who have been AstroTurfed, they've been given money by a corporation to pretend to be independent. We've got a lot of that in the legacy media now too, and it is legacy media. They're just pretending. You have late night comedians, the talentless hacks like Fallon and people like that. And this is basically what YouTube comprises now. For the most part, unless you're already subbed to a person, you don't even see anything by them. Half the time when you are, you don't get notified when they upload. I've had this problem continuously. If I upload anything under news or politics, virtually nobody gets notified of it. If I upload anything that's not, more people get notified, certainly, but it still doesn't appear near top in search. If I upload a video on a recent topic, I'm nowhere on the first page. I used to be. A few years ago, I was regularly on the front page when it came to current events, hence my channel's growth. Now YouTube has buried it behind a wall of priority creators. But if you're using this browser extension, most of those creators don't appear at all. Because again, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, the BBC, Al Jazeera, Reuters, all of these groups, just a bunch of propagandistic shills. And this eliminates them. Now, I don't really have the need for this because I have my own methodology with regards to search results. But you should probably check this out. I haven't, so of course I don't know how well it works firsthand yet. I'll probably tinker around with it on a browser and see how it does. I can imagine that for people that are more geared towards absorbing rather than making content, like most of my attention on YouTube at this point is making my videos each day. I can assume it would be quite handy because if you're doing a lot of searching, especially for current events, it's getting buried. You have to go to like page 5 at this point to find the recent results unless they're from a legacy media network for anything news related. So there's a link in the description on there and you can get that. I believe it's available as an official app, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets censored at some point. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Google, YouTube is a Google service. I wouldn't be surprised if they kick it off their app store. Apple would follow suit, almost certainly, because they do whatever their taskmasters set them to. It's hard to be truly independent when you're using 12-year-old slaves to assemble your phones and other devices over in China. The ones probably dying of coronavirus right now, it's basically Apple. Boycott Apple. They're a terrible company. They're arguably the worst, the most corrupt. But yeah, de-mainstreaming YouTube, it's a good idea. And again, it's just like the archive everything sort of movement, where you run everything through archive.today or the Wayback Machine or whatever before you share links cross-platform. Small incremental changes to your own behavior and encouragement of others to do the same is how we win against tech censorship. It's how we win against the usurpation of the internet by a handful of corporations and by the same shit on TV and radio that we were trying to get away from in many cases in the first place. That's about all. Peace out.